Hey, this is Russ. Hey, I got another bike to show you guys. Take a guess what brand it's from. Yep, it's another Lectric bike. This is a good one though. This one is called the Lectric One. The Lectric One is their top of the line bike. What makes this such a big deal? Well, there's got a lot of stuff in there that makes this a big deal. So let me kind of go through some of the features of the bike, and maybe you'll understand why this is such a big deal. Now, I had asked Lectric to send me this particular one as I was waiting for some of the other bikes to come in, and I was told that almost everybody wants to review this bike. Yeah, it is a big deal. Let me show you why, okay? Down over here, yeah, there's a thing called Pinion down there. Look at that, no chain. Yeah, okay, let's talk a little bit about all this stuff, okay? Trying to keep my shadow out of it. Now, I've got to come out and do this when I can, and it's really cold. Yeah, today's very cold, and I'm finding that if I don't get out to do it, it's just gonna get worse, so here I am. All right, I'm gonna go through some of the features of the bike here, and then we'll go take it for a ride. Now, I've already ridden this bike for a while now. I did a test ride in the beginning stages of this, just to make sure I liked the bike and get an idea of what I can talk about. And I'm gonna release that after this video is done. So the very next video you'll see after this review video will be my ride, my initial ride of the bike. Kind of reversed, but I want to at least let you know what the bike is all about. And then when you see my excitement as I'm riding it, you'll understand why that is, okay? So I'm just gonna take a look at some of the notes I have on my phone and kind of let you know what we've got. So the bike dimensions are 63 inches long by 16 inches wide and 44 inches high. Now, the interesting thing is that the handlebar area here has a couple adjustments. You can actually drop the whole handlebar down because that'll fold down for storage. This whole section right over here will fold down. But if you notice over here, there's also an adjustable section where you can actually change the angle and the tilt and all sorts of stuff on the bike. So if you want it closer to you, no problem. You want it farther away from you, no problem. Okay, let me show you real quickly how easy it is to change this. You can see this is an adjustable handlebar stem. All you need to do is push this button here up and pull this lever out. When you do that, this will lean forward, rotate back. The handlebar will rotate any way you want. Once you find a position that you like, let's say about here, just go ahead and push down on this till it locks in place and you're set. So what else does this thing have? Okay, well, standover height is 18.5 inches right over here. Okay, so you're gonna have to get over that. I put a water bottle cage on it, and I also put a water bottle from Lectric on there. Yeah, I got that in Arizona. And the bike weight, 55 pounds with the battery, okay? And if you take the tire off in the front, then it's only 50 pounds, but I don't know why anyone would do that. Maybe for transport, but it's a very small bike. You can probably just put this top section down here, bring that down, and then, you know, lower the saddle height, and then probably just put it right into an SUV. I don't see why that would be any problem. You know, probably have to lower the rear seat or something to do that, but you can do it. And yeah, 55 pounds including the battery, so that's not bad. Payload capacity is 330 pounds, and they don't want you to exceed that. They want you to stay within that range, okay? The rear rack is part of the bike that comes with it, and that has a 30-pound maximum capacity back there, so you don't want to exceed that either. Okay, so the seat to ground is a minimum of 31 inches and a maximum of 39.5 inches. So if I raise this all the way, I do get some pretty decent leg extension. Handlebar width is 26 inches, and the handlebar reach will be anywhere between 20 to 24 inches, depending on how you set that adjustable handlebar stem, okay? There are 5 levels of pedal assist, and it uses the same basic thing that we typically see on most electric bikes. But they did change this display screen. Yeah, it's a color display screen now. I don't know if you can see it well with this or not. I made some major changes here too. Since we're up here, I put a side view mirror as I usually do. It is a thumb throttle on the left-hand side, okay? I added a cell phone mount. I added my typical bell, okay? And there are two adjustable things here, which will change your gears, okay? Now, the whole point of the Pinion system is this is an automatic gear changing system. But you can override it and you can, basically say, okay, I want a higher gear or I want a lower gear. You can actually still do that over here, okay? Since we're all the way on the top here, let's finish that off. We also have hydraulic brakes. And again, it's unbranded, so I don't know who makes the brakes for them. And then the rotors are 180 millimeter rotors, all right? So it's plenty of stopping power for you there. Now this is a 20-inch tire on here. And I'll get to the section how wide the tires are. It's not a very wide tire, but it's actually a good thing. It's basically a street tire. There's no big knobby things on there or anything. It's nice and smooth, but it's great for street riding. It's made by XWing, okay? So 5 levels of pedal assist. You can set this up as a class 1, 2, or class 3 e-bike. The thumb throttle is very interesting. It's below the handlebar grip, and so it feels really good. Okay. The backlit LCD display screen is very bright. Let's kick it back in here. It's already gone to sleep here for me. And you can adjust the brightness of that if you'd like. Okay, the controller inside the bike is a 24 amp controller, which is IP65 rated, and it's potted for weather proofing and thermal management. The motor is made by a company called Pseudo. It's 750 watts rear hub motor that peaks out at 1310 watts. Has a torque of 85 Newton meters, so I'm fully expecting this will do very well going over the hill test. One thing that I do notice though is that the motor is extremely quiet. They claim a 400% quieter motor, okay? So that's really good, 400% quieter than their other motors. So yeah, you barely hear this thing moving. The battery on this one is the long range version. They have two versions, the long range and the standard range. This one being the long range is a 48 volt, 14 amp hour lithium ion battery. These are certified by UL 2271, and you can expect up to about 60 miles of range depending on your weight and the like and your terrain. The Lectric one as a whole is also rated to UL 2849, so no problems having this bike sold in New York or any of the places that require all the UL type certifications. The bike weight is, like I said, is 55 pounds, and that includes the 7-pound battery on there. So total weight is 55 pounds. So if you take off the battery, it's even lighter than that if you have to, load it into a car or something like that. Front fork is a rigid fork. It is not a suspension front fork. They did this purposely, they said, because they want to keep the weight of the bike down, okay? It does not have a standard type of axle on here. It is a through axle. Now, through axles are thicker and bigger. They're actually stronger and more reliable, in my opinion, so that's good. The Pinion gearbox, all right, this is the big thing about the system. I understand Pinion is from Germany, and you usually find Pinion type products like this on very expensive bikes. So to have this on this particular bike is really something else, okay? So it has a Gates Carbon belt drive on there. And the way that the belt drive is set up is it actually repels, if you even put this through mud, it'll repel the mud out of there. So yeah, you have a longer running system with the belt and a stronger ability with the belt. cranks are 165 millimeters in length, and the pedal, get my shadow out of there again, is removable. Yeah, you can take that whole pedal right out of there. You just pull the thing and then pull it right out. So if you have to lay it down inside a car, take that thing right off. Okay, so that's nice. What other goodies can I tell you about it? Oh, Lectric uses the PWR, that's Lectric's pedal assist wattage regulation programming that improves your pedal assist experience. I will tell you that since the Pinion is on there, what it does is it automatically shifts for you. Okay, so if you notice, there is no derailleur to be seen in the back here because it's all done within that gearbox. And all you have to do is, as you're pedaling, if you feel like, yeah, I think probably should be in another gear, just kind of stop pedaling for a second, and you'll hear it and feel it actually automatically shift to the proper gear. You could even set it up inside their app so that you could tell it where you would want it to start. So let's say you were going 20 miles an hour and you hit a stop real quickly, you need to start again. Well, your gears might be in a different position on a standard bike. This one will automatically put it into the position you need in order to get started. And you can specify what gear you want to start out in and everything. It's really kind of cool. Okay, there's lights, of course. There's a front headlight. I would say it's nice. It's right on the metal fender, but it's not extremely bright. It's just there, but you know, I would augment it with something larger. And of course, there's the rear tail light back here that will light up when you hit the brakes and also when the front headlight is on. Okay. All right, what else can I tell you? The grips are locking grips. It's rubberized, it's locking so it stays in place. Saddle, yeah, it can get a better saddle, I think. I mean, this is the standard saddle we see on all the Lectrics. It's a little narrow, in my opinion. It's kind of rubberized. Not the greatest. I would change it out. Kickstand, yeah, the kickstand gets in the way. If you were to change that position of that pedal, it will hit the kickstand. Okay, some other kickstands move them further back. I don't know why they didn't do that on this one. Maybe there's a reasoning for that. But if you back pedal this with the kickstand there, it will hit the kickstand. So you gotta be aware of that. Cable routing is underneath the frame. Let's see if I can show you some of that at all. But it's basically, it's kind of hard to see. It's all underneath there. What other things? Oh, building the bike. Yeah, all you had to do is put the front wheel on. Yeah, the front wheel was not on there, but the fender's there, everything's there. All you had to do is put the through axle through the wheel and basically making an adjustment on the handlebars where you want it, adjust your saddle height, and you're done. The only other thing is charge up the battery. Yeah, charge it up before you take it out on your first ride. All right, have I covered everything? There's so much stuff on this bike. All right, I think the best thing at this point is probably take it out for a ride. All right, let's take it out on the road. The one thing I didn't tell you is price. Yeah, everyone's always looking for the price. If you get the standard range version, and I'm not sure exactly what the battery is on that. I think it's something like 10.4 amp hours, something like that. I'll put a graphic up if it isn't. That one is $1,999, okay? Or for a couple $100 more, $2,199, you get the extended range version, which gives you a 14 amp hour battery. Let me tell you this, folks, if you can afford it, get the 14 amp hour battery, all right? That'll give you more range. You can go farther and you can trust being able to get back home if you go some distance. You don't have to worry so much about your batteries running out. All right, so I'm gonna pedal. Now, what I've noticed, I'm gonna lower my pedal assist here because it's going pretty fast. You can unlock this from a 20 mile per hour class 2 bike, which is what it comes with. Man, that squirrel is staying right with us there. You see him? He's right in front of us. You better move to the side. There you go. End up running him over. That won't be good. You can keep it at 20 miles per hour class 2 if you like. Class 2 is basically 20 miles per hour pedal, 20 miles per hour throttled, okay? Or you can move it to class 3 operation where you can throttle to 20, but you can pedal to 28. All right, it's actually very simple to do. It's actually very simple to do in the menu of the bike. They tell you how to do it, and I've made that change. So if I change my pedal assist to level 5 and I start pedaling, I'll be doing 28 miles an hour. Okay. This area is actually very bumpy. I don't know why they don't fix this particular path, but every time I go past it on these reviews, I always sound like my voice is kind of shaky. It's because I'm bouncing around. And of course, this does not have a front fork suspension, so you do feel that in the handlebar. Now you might hear, I don't know if you can hear it on my microphone, but if I stop pedaling for a moment, if I'm going to a certain speed and I stop pedaling for a moment, you might hear that gear shift. It'll go, it just has a little, and then it shifts. You can feel it in the pedals too when it makes that shift. It's kind of cool. All right, we're gonna head toward the hill test, which we typically do on all of our reviews, just to see how well it does over the hill. Now, if you were to pedal it over the hill, there would be absolutely no problem for this bike going over that thing. 85 Newton meters of torque, I can tell you right now, even before we do it, it would do well. The question though is, how will it do if we throttle it to its full maximum, 20 miles per hour, okay? If we throttle it to the full max, and then how fast will it go over the top of that hill? Now, the thing with the throttle on this bike, it follows whatever your pedal assist is set for. Now, you could actually bypass that, again, in the advanced functions of the menu on the bike display screen. You could say, no, I don't want it to follow. Give me full throttle anytime, anytime I'm pedaling, and even when I'm not pedaling, even if the pedal assist is down to 1, give me full throttle, okay? I did not do that. I've left it at the settings that the manufacturer set it for. And so you hear that, that little, little sound. Okay, let me go a little bit faster here. Can you hear that? That's the shifting, okay? It's automatically shifting. I'm not doing it with my right hand or anything. Let me angle down a little bit here. Maybe you can see a little bit better the display screen and the like. There's a shifter down here. I'm not shifting it. It's automatically doing it for us. So if it senses that it needs more gear, to a higher gear, it'll shift. If it thinks it needs a lower gear, it'll shift. Yeah, so for those people who don't know how to shift or don't want to shift, this is the ideal bike for you. Hear that? So I just kind of stopped pedaling for a second and knew I was going up a hill, changed the gears for me, all right? Now I kind of feel like I'm kind of ghost pedaling a little bit right now, but I'm gonna let go. Well, it still thinks I need it. Yeah, I'm still doing it because I'm going up a hill. If I was going down the hill, it would shift. All right, let's hit the stop here. Now, an interesting thing is that, if you went from a dead stop, most people, when they start their bike, their gears might be in a higher gear. Then you'd have to try to shift it. But if you're dead stopped, you can't really shift and move the chain. That's not an issue here. If you're even at a dead stop, it will automatically go, okay? Let's go here. How you doing? All right. I will talk in a little bit here. I'm gonna go over this hill and we'll see how it does for that. So because it doesn't, because I have it following the pedal assist, I'm gonna put the pedal assist levels at 5. They give us the full potential. We'll stop here. Make sure everything's down to 0. I'll angle down a little bit so you can see it. And I'm just gonna throttle now, okay? So it's gonna go fast to about 20 miles per hour. And then it'll start slowing down as it gets to the top of the hill. So we'll see what number we get. Okay, I'm not pedaling, I'm just throttling up. Again, 85 Newton meters of torque. This thing should do very well. And it's a fairly lightweight bike, so it should do real well. And it seems to be. It's doing 15, 14.9, 14.9. Oh, that is extremely good. 14.9 is extremely good. Yeah. I think our top hill climber was just a little over 15 something miles per hour. And of course, you know, when we did the other bike that does 40 miles an hour when it was unlocked, of course, that does it at, you know, over 20 something miles per hour. But again, you're comparing two totally different type of products then at that point. But 15.4 is extremely good, folks. Yeah, plenty of power to go up the hill. No worries at all. All right, hit the bell there, make sure they know. Okay. So yeah, good job, Lectric. Once again, they've proven that they have a good hill climbing ability. Now the motor is extremely quiet. Let me be quiet for a second. You can listen. Pedaling there. I'm gonna lower my pedal assist because we're gonna go too fast if I pedal, because I'm set for 28 miles per hour, as you know. So I dropped myself down to pedal assist level 3. All right, let me say something here real quick. And I don't usually say these on the reviews, but this is quickly becoming one of my more favored bikes. If I want to pedal, this is the one I would probably end up wanting to take, because I don't have any problems pedaling this bike. Okay. This is a cadence sensor bike. As you know, that's my preference. Some people prefer the torque sensor bikes, but this is a cadence sensor, which fits for me because, you know, I don't have the strongest leg and I had a knee replacement and everything. So it's actually better suited for me. I would easily take this bike out to get some exercise. Now, you might think, you know, well, if you want the exercise, shouldn't you have more resistance? Well, yeah, you can take a bike out that does that if you wanted to. Nothing says you can't. But if I wanted to go some distance and I didn't want to wear myself out, this would be a nice bike to do it on. Yeah. What about my wife? What about Mrs. Wright? Yeah. I told her, I said that this would be one that you would like to ride. She hasn't ridden it yet, but I bet you anything, once she starts riding it, she'll like it. Now, typically, she likes larger tire bikes. She'll ride a 26, 27-inch wheel bike. And she's only 5'4", but she likes big tires on it. But I'll tell you, it's so much more nimble. I mean, look at this. I'm weaving in and out here. I can't do that with my big fat tires without fear of falling over. But on this, no problem. Yeah. Did I put I'll put a graphic up as to how wide the tire is. I think it's something like 2.3 or something like that. I don't know. It's not a very wide tire, but it doesn't need to be. It's actually designed more for streets and paths. All right, I'm back. Wow, a lot of leaves are down over here. Yeah, it's the fall season. Definitely the fall season. Path speed out here is 15 miles per hour. We'll try to keep close to that, but I guarantee you I'll probably go over it. And if there's nobody around, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Plus, we're testing the bike. Let's pedal, go up this incline. Do you hear that? Now, if you can't hear it, put on some headphones, okay? Put on some earbuds. You'll hear it shifting if you do that. I'll guarantee you. All right, so yeah, with so many leaves down here, it's kind of hard to see where the path goes. Okay, I'm looking for the yellow line. All right, let's take the longer route. So we're gonna go straight ahead. So what's my opinion? I like it. I think you could already tell that. Yeah, it's not a big bike. Like I said, it's a very, very small bike compared to many of the other bikes that I have. But you know, for what it's trying to do, it does a really good job. I'm gonna manually shift here. So if you don't feel like it's shifting when you want it to shift, if you want a higher gear or lower gear, you can still manually do it. All you gotta do is change this thing down here. Let me move the camera up a little again. A lot of times I end up forgetting to move the camera angle up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's very nice. I took it out on the street yesterday. It was my very first ride. I'll show you guys that video on the next video that I release. And I was just amazed. The whole thing with this Pinion gear shift box is just incredible. I don't think there's anything else out there on the market that uses it at this point. For e-bikes, that is, in this price class. I don't know if there's any other e-bikes out there that has it, but I know for this price class, it's unheard of. Yeah, $21.99 for the extended range version. All right, we're gonna go up this hill here. So I'm gonna use a pedal assist level 5. I'm doing about 15.7 miles, 16 miles an hour. I'm not putting any effort in my legs. It's very easy for me to get up over this hill. I'll drop my pedal assist back down to 3. As you know, a lot of times I don't pedal. A lot of times I'm throttling. I have no problems continually pedaling this bike. I mean, it's not a hard pedal. I don't have to think about the shifts. I don't see how you can beat it. So do I recommend? Highly recommend, okay? Highly recommend this Lectric 1. Highly recommend. Can I say it again? Yeah, if you're looking for a lighter weight bike, something that has automatic shifting, all right? It's got high technology. The app and everything makes it so much easier to set the whole bike up. You don't even really have to build the bike. All you have to do is just put the front tire on. I don't consider that building, man. I figure that's just like assembling a front tire. You know, you put the through axle, you slide it through there and screw it in there. That's it. How hard is it? It's not hard. Packaging was really good too. They have some really good packaging. All right, let's get off the bike here. We're gonna have to pass through. I'm gonna wait a little bit until cars go through. This guy's turning, but there's cars behind him, so I'm just gonna let them go. Okay, I'm back. It's always a very difficult crossing over there. Yeah, I really like this bike. I can see myself taking this for anytime I wanna get a little bit of exercise and keeping my legs moving. If I don't want to have hard pedaling, this would be a bike that I would take. Yeah. Now, if you want to have a higher exercise, that's real easy to do too. Just lower the pedal assist and then pedal. And you won't be moving really fast unless you pedal hard, right? So you could do that. But a lot of times I think when people are looking at e-bikes, okay, unless they're looking at it as a thing that they're going to get lots and lots of exercise, I think a lot of times people say, well, you know, it's been a while since I've been on a bike. I don't want to kill myself on the thing. I want something that'll be easy for me to ride, you know, that I won't be so tired out that I can't make it home. Hey, this would be the bike to do it with. Yeah, I don't feel tired at all. I've been moving my legs the entire time here. Okay, I throttled a little bit, right? But you know what I mean. Going down the hill. Yeah, you'll pick up speed going down the hill. Everyone knows that. Let's lower the pedal assist to 2. And as I kind of stop pedaling for a little bit, I can feel the gear shifter. You can hear it too. It goes like that. I can feel it and hear it shifting according to the terrain that I'm on. Let's take a left. A lot of times I go right, but let's take a left. Yeah, you can see me in the shadow maybe. Yeah, I like it. Let's manually shift it. So again, here, let me angle down here. Right here, there's a shifter, higher gear, lower gear. You could shift this back and forth too. If you, in an app, you can make the one in front be the downshift if you wanted to, and or you can leave it as the upshift. So you can change positioning very easily. Just lower the pedal assist. I don't want to go too fast here and be blamed for going too fast down this path. But no, it's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. All right. So, is it worth the money? Yeah, I think it is. I really do. You know, when people look at this bike and they kind of say, well, it doesn't look like much. You know, it's pretty expensive. It looks kind of basic. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Yeah. We want something a little bit more basic. The money's in the technology here, folks. The money is in its performance. Yeah. I better hit him with the bell. I don't think they cared. That's the problem. Sometimes you hit people with the bell, they don't even budge. You don't hit them with the bell, then they say, hey, you didn't hit the bell. So you can't win sometimes. Alrighty, folks, I think that's all I have for you guys for today. Hey, if you want one of these bikes, please use the affiliate link that's in the description of my video. When you make your purchase, that'll help the channel out. Doesn't cost you any extra when you do that, but it does help me out. And stay tuned for the next video that's released. You'll see my first ride on the street with the bike, all right? And you'll hear my comments and basically see how I typically do a review. I usually will take the bike out at least once, maybe twice first, and then get a feel for what the bike does so I know what to say, and then I'll do a review. So you'll get to see the process there and my first initial thoughts of the bike. And I think you'll find that I'm pretty enthusiastic about it when I was doing the review. But yeah, it is an exciting bike. Good job, Lectric. Yeah, they keep coming up with an interesting product. I'm really glad to be working with Lectric. So anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Use the affiliate link in the description below if you want one of these bikes or any of the Lectric bikes that are available. I'll talk to you guys next time.